The world is filled with people doing the strangest of things. In South America, some tribes mix together the ashes of their dead relatives with their soup. In a common coming-of-age ceremony in Hindu culture is to file down one's teeth. And in New Guinea, it's common practice for one to cut their fingers off in a display of grief. These traditions may seem odd to us, but to them, this is natural. When we are born into a certain tradition, it's kind of hard to think beyond it. If people took a step back from the traditions they were born into and thought about it logically, we may all make different decisions. In America, eating meat has gone from being a delicacy to a staple in our diet. I believe that if we were to take a step back from this tradition and look at what eating meat does to our bodies and to the environment, we would not choose this way of life. I went vegetarian 6 years ago and vegan 2 years ago, and since then I've been learning more and more about how important it is to eat less meat for our bodies and for the environment. After watching this short video, you can start to consider your own health and the future of this planet by considering an alternate lifestyle. So, what are the biggest problems that we are facing today? Something that a lot of people don't know is that the leading cause of death in America is heart disease. Over 600,000 people die each year. That's more than how many people die from cancer. Meat is high in cholesterol, which produces a compound called trimethylene N-oxide, or TMAO, which clogs the arteries leading to your heart and makes you prone to heart attacks. Another huge issue that we're dealing with is global warming. Global warming is due to human activity where greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere. The meat industry is responsible for the use of 30% of our ice-free surfaces, a third of our fresh water, and is recently reported by the World Watch Institute to release 51% of the greenhouse gases. It takes an extreme amount of resources to mass produce meat like it has been in the United States. If we do not take steps to fix this issue, then climate change will escalate and people will only continue to damage their own hearts. So, what do we do? To stop this process, we need to take a step back from our traditions and think about what's logical. As Americans, we need to collectively cut back on the amount of meat we consume. If we all promise to cut back and only eat meat or animal products on certain days, then we can drastically improve the impact that we have on the earth and our own health. Just by going vegetarian, you can save 100 animals a year, and by going vegan, you can save about twice that. By eating more fruits and vegetables and eating less foods that are processed, you can open yourself up to a happier, longer life. Meals such as noodles with fresh basil and tomatoes, or rice and beans with freshly sauteed vegetables, or even a great veggie burger. It is harder to visualize the effects that this will have on the environment, however they are there nonetheless. Imagine that each one of us start to eat less meat and start to influence the people around us, then we could all start a revolution and start to hinder the pollution being done on the world. It is time to think beyond the traditions that we are born into and think about what is right. Eat less meat and you will start to live healthier and longer while leaving out a smaller carbon footprint in your path. The most important thing that you can do is ensure that you will have a healthy, long life and that your great-grandchildren will be able to do the same. The meat industry is responsible for the damage being done to our hearts and to the environment, and it's time to put a stop to it. It's time to make the change and eat less meat.